2022 was the year of the soft girl era, where modern women, and more specifically Black women, could tap into their feminine side, embrace a lifestyle of ease, of relaxation, and of enjoyment. But now it's 2023, and it seems like the soft life just got harder. Here's why.
Because at this point, I'm exhausted. Like I'm exhausted. I know people who come on the platform and be like, I would never cry on social media. I would never do nothing on social media. I'm tired, and I hope that somebody could see that I'm not asking for handout. I'm not asking for what I deserve. I'm not asking for reparations. I'm not asking for nothing. I am just simply so sick and tired of being the token Black person in my industry. Like, seriously, I just literally got laid off at my job, but before we get to the part of how I just got laid off, because they came correct, they gave me my last check, but this white woman literally just comes into my job, she gets salary, she gets the bar manager position, she gets everything, and these Negroes, they don't even offer me anything. If y'all could see the email they gave me to keep me around, they gave me a raise, they gave me a little bonus. The only was for 2 weeks, just so they could work their way around to firing me. Know your worth, ladies and gentlemen, know your fucking worth. On God, this is going to be the last job that ever has a hold on me. I am never getting fired, laid off, nothing ever again. I the first day, I do not. January 15, 2023 is going to change my life. I am going to make it. I am so sick and tired of walking on eggshells, abiding by people, being labeled as aggressive when I barely even raise my voice, to sit up in there and control my anger, control my temper around all these people, just for y'all to use me and then tell me it's not your performance, it's not your hard work, it's not none of that shit. We gotta do what's best for the business. White people will always protect white people, and I need to stop thinking that you can work 10 times harder than anybody else. You can really do something. They will never give a about you. Ever give a about you. I want you to know that shit. Never give a about you. I started this wanting to ask if anybody in the area was hiring for a bartender, but now I'm going to work is what I'm finna do. I'm going to work. So if you see this, just know change is coming, and you are worth so much more. You are worth so much.
This video was quite sad to watch, and I hope she recovers and finds a job that she feels like she's more valuable. Unfortunately, this is the experience of so many people. Unemployment rate went down for everybody except Latino men and Black women. This video, to me, it actually is a reflection of what people are experiencing today. This whole soft girl era, luxurious living, hypergamy, this is something that only a small percentage of people experience. Because let it be clear, in order for you to tap into your soft girl era and be able to relax and experience ease and enjoyment, somebody has to be paying those bills. So unless you yourself have a really high paying job, which that itself is going to be coming with stress, or you are sitting on a trust fund, which most Black people in America, that is not the case, or you are married to a high value man or a high earning man. But the problem is, Black women, majority of us, are not married. Only 1 out of 4 of us are married. How are you going to be able to tap into the soft girl era? How? And at the same time, it's still very common for us to hear different messages that say that marriage is unnecessary, that being a wife actually makes you dumb.
Being called wife material is an insult to your intelligence as a woman.
Many of us have brought into this idea. We've brought into the idea that we can do this thing by ourselves. We can exist and we can survive and even thrive in this competitive, capitalistic system. We can do it by ourselves. And the problem is when you go into the society with that mindset and are completely unaware of how the system works, you don't really understand the politics. You don't really understand who you are, how you are perceived as a Black woman. It can put you in positions to be loyal to institutions, to be loyal to jobs, to be loyal to people who are never going to be loyal to you, who never intend to be loyal to you. And this can be heartbreak, because if you have decided that I don't need a husband, this job is my husband, or this school is my husband, or this corporation or this business is my husband, and then those businesses screw you over, it's like a divorce. It's like heartbreak, because at that point your dream has shattered. And this video to me was so significant because it speaks to, quite frankly, it speaks to the lies that many of us have been told, and then how destructive it can be when that lie is shattered. You can tell that she put her heart and soul into that job. You can tell that she wanted that acceptance. She wanted to be validated in a job that probably never intended to validate her. If you know anything about Napa, Napa is a really affluent, really uppity, all-white area. It's beautiful to visit. But unfortunately, in such scenarios like that, while they may allow different races to come in and come out, the politics behind closed doors, your presentation, oh, that plays a big deal. And in a affluent, all-white area, do you really think that those clients want to go in and see a darker skinned woman with natural hair serving them drink? They probably don't. And it's really sad to say, and it's really horrible to say that, but in a situation like that, especially now if a business needs to now downsize, you're gonna probably be the first one to go. Again, this going back to the importance of having your own Black-owned business, or supporting businesses, or supporting things that are going to help elevate you. Because if you're going into a white business, especially a small white-owned business, and you think you're gonna get first dibs, you think you're gonna get priority over maybe the business owner's daughter, or the business owner's friend, or the people that they play golf with, you're setting yourself up for failure. These are the kinds of conversations I wish Black women had. If they decide that they don't want to marry, they decide they don't want to go the route of having a family and, you know, having the security that comes with that, especially if you stay married, then they need to know the repercussions of what it means to now try to go and exist and thrive in this society that is very competitive and still sees you as a Black woman, whether or not you recognize it. Soft girl era, it never existed. It was all a facade. In my humble opinion, it was a feeble attempt of different women who were cracking under the pressure of this post-pandemic economy to try to grasp to a dream, or try to grasp to an idea that could help them escape from their really harsh reality. But it was never real, and it was never really meant to be real. And I don't say this because I want to be depressing, and I don't say this because I think that your life just has to be horrible and it just has to suck. But it is incredibly important that wherever you are at, that you were honest with what you were actually dealing with. The reality is, to try to do this thing or go this thing alone, especially as a single woman, is quite difficult. It's not to say that you can't be successful, but you're gonna have to navigate different things, especially as a Black woman. And then if you add a child to that mix and you're by yourself, oh, your likelihood of ever having a soft life or a soft life era dramatically decreases. Now, of course, marriage, that has its own challenges too. I'm not saying that marriages are perfect, but there's also beautiful aspects to marriage, right? There is the reality of being with another person, sharing life, sharing hardships with another person. My experience when I got laid off was totally different. I called and talked to my husband, and he was like, great, now you can do what you want to do. I had another friend of mine recently who got laid off about a week ago. She had a similar experience. She got laid off. She called her husband. He said, great, now you can relax. So as married women, the support that we have are our husbands. Are us getting laid off or us maybe losing a job, it's completely different when you have somebody that you're working with versus when you're doing it all by yourself. And as a woman, or especially if you're a young woman coming of age trying to figure out what life you were trying to live, don't you deserve to know the repercussions of whatever path you choose, whether or not you decide to be married or decide to be single? I think you should learn the pros and the cons to both. This economy is very tough, and it does not seem to be lining up anytime soon. Now, a way that I have been able to navigate some of these different challenges is first establishing a very strong relationship with God. I have said that that has taken me through many, many seasons of life. Being a single woman, courting, being married, being employed, being unemployed. Having that strong relationship with God, having a strong foundation in Christ, to me has been foundational to everything and navigating all kinds of issues in my life. That is just number one. And secondly, I would not recommend trying to live this life alone. I love being married. I spent many years being single, and I would not trade being married in for anything. I think it's great. I think it is a much better deal. And not only is there the practical side of it being a lot easier to just navigate life and navigate some of these real economic and social challenges with another person, there's also the reality of, being able to build a legacy, being able to build a family, truly having a scenario where you can relax, where you can rest, where you can have some of your burdens alleviated. I mean, that's invaluable. So I truly would not recommend trying to live this life by myself. And in a culture where we're being told that doing it by yourself and being independent is a way to go, to me, I'm thinking, why? Why would you want to do it by yourself? And again, as I mentioned before, the reality is, if you really do want to live the soft life era, the best likelihood you have of ever achieving a lifestyle that's even remotely similar to that is actually getting in a marriage. But what do you think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.